just to start things off one time, right? Let me talk a little bit about Coachella, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been watching it per se. I mean, I just kind of catch clips. I catch clips of Rose.
Mhm.
Catch a couple other live performances. I see Kanye West had some church shit going on today, I think, or yesterday. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think, well, yeah, I believe it happened today at the time it was recorded. Yeah, it's today because, church Sunday, all that stuff, right?
Right.
But I haven't checked the YouTube channel as yet. I saw like a little glimpse of things, but I was just kind of busy just with all kind of other stuff, right? But
Right.
specifically, I want to talk about this like the week one of Coachella. So I only saw like a few performances. I saw the majority of Anderson .Paak and the Nationals performance. Thought that was excellent. I really need to check out
Yeah.
his Ventura project. I hear a lot of great things about that. I saw the majority of Gene Smith's performance. It was really cool. When he performed
Okay.
Icon, it was badass. Loved it. Summer Boy JPEG Mafia performed. It was dope. Calypso Rose. Yes, I watched it. I I actually not really screamed as such, but I did get a little worried when I saw her trip and fall. I was like, oh my god, look what
Yeah.
happened. I like how she just played into the performance, like
Yeah.
young boy knock me down, young boy
Yeah.
knock me down. That was funny actually.
Right.
Um, but on the subject of that, just quickly, that is a huge achievement. Not just for us, as Trinidadians, as Trinidadians, sorry, but for Calypso Rose herself, in this case, her being the oldest performer at this year's Coachella. She was 78. She turned 79 this week, actually, or I should say last week
Right.
in time it's recorded. So, it's just really amazing that she made it there. Of course, Marshall, props to him. Glad that he was there too. So I just hope that it just kind of paves the way for other local artists to show up. One person I kind of rooted for to get there some way, somehow, is Nana Blackman because she just has that
Yeah.
crossover appeal with her voice and, the style of her music and whatnot. She has the best chance right now. No disrespect to, any other soca stars right now, but she has the biggest chance right now because she just has that she has current, her style is what's
Yeah.
trending right now, and that's a clever, call on her part, you know what I mean? Just choosing that style of music, that kind of EDM influenced style of singing and whatnot, just going straight with it. So, just hoping that other artists make it there. And, in my case, I don't know about you. I know, boy. I'd hit a Coachella one day, but in my life, shit. Like, I just need to
Right.
be
Well,
there. I need to be in the
something
crowd and see this shit.
it's something I never really surprisingly never hyped myself to get to. I don't know. Is that just me? But yeah, if I could pull it, yeah, if you could do it one day. I always care about what is Austin film stuff more than that as a young person thing. Oh god, what's he thinking of being Austin film
Or
thing?
I'm South by Southwest.
Go back Southwest, right?
Yeah,
I'm always be
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm more interested in that than Coachella than anything. But I never really but yeah, if you get a chance, you make the effort, I suppose.
Yeah. Right. So, on the subject of that, we want to talk about two films actually. So, the first one being a documentary that was shot last Coachella. This was during the much publicized performance by Beyonce, and this is something I didn't even know about till after watching the documentary Homecoming, which is directed by Beyonce Knowles herself. Is that she was the first African American female artist to headline Coachella.
Right.
Like I did not even know that until this documentary here. And to be honest, me not being the biggest Beyonce fan in the world, like I acknowledge her music, I acknowledge her role in terms of
Yeah.
today's music.
Right.
But I wouldn't really call myself the biggest Beyonce fan. Like like many other people, I was introduced to them through the singles that she put out when she was with Destiny's Child. Um,
Right.
back in the late 90s to early 2000s. I saw when the band broke up, they just kind of moved on to do other things. And, it's just that, Beyonce just exploded with Dangerously in
Right.
Love, the album, the track Crazy in Love, the collabo with, well, then boyfriend turned husband, Jay-Z, how that blew up and all that kind of stuff. The collabos with Sean Paul and
Yeah.
I was gonna say Rihanna, Shakira, and just so much artists though. But really, what really sold me as in terms of Beyonce being a real artist was not when she put out the self-titled album Beyonce, like many people did. That was the album which had Drunk in Love. I remember that being a big hit. I wasn't really too, you know, I would really call myself the biggest fan of that track. Like I understand it, but it's kind of forced and goofy, especially with the way how she sings there and that whole surfboard thing. You know what I mean? But it's still
Yeah.
a dope song. And I mean, it's a fun kind of ridiculous track when you think about it. You know what I mean? But it's there and it's serviceable, right? But for me, what really sold it was when she dropped Lemonade. By that was when I was
Yes.
like, all right, all right, Beyonce is a real artist, though. Not to say that she
Right.
never was before, but for me, it was just like, all right, club songs, bed songs, typical R&B shit. But here, it was just so raw and so personal, and this was around the time when she was going through the whole infidelity thing with Jay-Z, and just all the
Right.
stuff that was just going on in her life and whatnot. And she just pour all that into one album, and I came out of it like, yeah, yeah, this is a classic, man. This is a classic album. It was so great, Jared, that even Adele, right, who won the Grammy for the category, I think it was for album of the year, that Lemonade was nominated for. She won for that, right? I think it's for what it is, 24, whatever the name of the album is. Sorry, not the biggest Adele fan or whatnot, but even she herself come out and say, "Hey, Beyonce deserved that. She was supposed to win that."
Right.
Lemonade
Right.
was
Right.
just such a superior album compared to hers. Even she and all had to admit, yeah, Queen Bey, you know what I mean? She actually make a classic, and I totally 100% agree with her. So, jumping into the movie here one time, Homecoming, right? So this took place during last year's Coachella. Pretty
Yeah.
much, it was two performances that she did back to back. Well, I should say
Right.
day by day, right? And I love first of all how the movie cuts from one performance to the next,
Right.
right? So
Yeah.
it's
Just
literally,
yeah.
yeah, literally so seamless. Like one
Yeah.
move
It's
or
I
like
kind of
one
remember.
shot will like kind of move to the next one, and
Yeah.
just so seamless, really perfect.
Yeah. It kind of reminded me of remember Chris Rock had a like a stand up performance like this. It was a stand up special, and it was in Brooklyn, London, and Johannesburg, I think. And he
I
was cut.
remember that. I think it was
Yeah.
on HBO where I saw that. I think it was like four performances and how they cut that
Right.
up. Yeah, I love that.
Just three if I remember correctly. But yeah, it
Oh,
was
three.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
But yeah, yeah. He was just cutting between the three as if because it's basically the same bits, and he was like, cutting between each of the bits and moving from location to location effectively. Um, yeah, and I remember this was kind of like that for me. Yeah, these really really smart cuts, smooth transition. I mean, the only time you're picking things up is like, oh right, she changed performance or her hair a little different, stuff like that.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't even know this was going to happen because I went in completely blind. I actually forgot that Beyonce performed last year at Coachella. Like I don't know. It just didn't really
Right.
register with me back then, right? I know for some people it's just like, oh yes, the performance was so great, and well, it was streamed live on YouTube, and we saw it and we loved it, and oh my God, Netflix has put out a documentary about it, so we get to see it again.
Yeah.
Or at least for
Yeah.
people like me who just forgot about it, I get to see this thing for the first time, right? So when she performs Crazy in Love, the setup for this, right? Just how it builds. And by the way, there's tons of dancers and more particularly musicians like horns and drums and whatnot. So and we see later on where she got these artists from basically the from universities, right, from black universities, right, in the United States, and she just got the best of the best and put them on stage, right. So I just love how the intro for Crazy Love setup with just these musicians on stage and dancers doing their thing, but is
Right.
when Beyonce actually does a particular move, right? And then it cuts to a horn. Like the horn just blares, right? And I just
Yeah.
see she switches from basically a yellow top to a pink top. I was like,
Yeah.
wait,
You're right.
what? And I rewind the thing and I realized, oh
Yeah, it's really good
shit.
editing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Two performances going on at the same time now. Like it didn't
Yeah, it's
click with
really good
me
editing.
when the movie began, but it's when that performance happened. It's just how seamless it was done. I was just like, oh, all right, this is what we're going
Yeah.
for. Okay. But going along with the documentary. So yes, as we said, this is based off of the performance. She called it Homecoming, which is of course a tribute to to the university life. Especially with performances, especially with the drum line and the
Yeah.
dancers and all that stuff. So it's just really a tribute to that, and it's just black talent on stage, just the best black talent that Beyonce could get her hands on, and it's just right there in front of your face, right? But I was telling myself, all right, we get any hits. Okay, I love the performance. Beyonce, as far as singing goes, as far as dancing goes, as far as just her personality on stage goes, I mean, it's just undeniably flawless in my opinion. I mean, she could do no wrong in my eyes. She is Beyonce right now. Unless you just don't like she because you find she's too sexualized or whatever, then none of these things will really appeal to you. But no denying when she's on stage, she owns that shit, right? But I was telling myself, all right, I'm hoping that this show is not just going to be greatest hits by Beyonce. I hope it's not going to be that, right? I want
Right.
more out of it. I want a reason for me to actually to really connect and care with it, right? And then you get these behind the scene footage sequences basically spliced in between certain sections of the performance. I was like, all right, no, it's a hit me now. What I love about these sections here is that it's not just about Beyonce herself. It's about everyone who is involved in the production of this. Because for one thing, the preparation for this was about roughly 8 months. You know what I mean? And
Right. Okay.
every dance step, every piece of music, the sequencing of the songs, they were all scripted and just put together like from early, you know what I mean? And they just practice the hell out of this thing over and over and over. They make sure that everything was perfect, right? And when you're watching this thing now, when you're watching like for somebody like me watching this thing, watching the film, I wouldn't even pick up on the hard work that went into it now. So I really love that you have the moments where it's just like, all right, yeah, everybody did their own thing. There was no half-assery going on at all. Everybody did their part. You know what I mean? Whether it is the guy in the back, playing the drums, or whether it is the guy who's just doing the whole kind of, I forget what you call that style of break dancing basically, but where you kind of, break your bones and, you twist your arms and all that kind of stuff. Everything was just, sorry?
Crumpin.
Is it crumping by? It's part of crumping. I know it's part of crumping. I don't know if I have a particular term for it, but for now, let's just say crumping, right? Yeah. By the way, I haven't
Yeah.
seen that documentary. Well,
Definitely.
about crumping. That was a great
Yeah.
documentary, by the way, right? But
Yeah.
continuing. So I love that you
Oh,
got
Poppin
the
and
whole,
Locking.
yeah, popping and locking basically, right? But it's
Yeah.
kind of them kind of breaking the bones and being able to twist their arms off. I just kind of forgot the actual term, but you call it popping and
Okay.
locking for now, right? Yeah, forgive us. We
Right.
all and we know about dancing, right? Whatever, right?
Yes.
But yeah, but I love that you got to see those behind the scenes stuff. I know for some people they might complain that there's not enough of it, but I say to hell with it when it comes out on Blu-ray, which I definitely gonna buy if it does come out. By the way, it kind of needs to. By
Right.
the way, you'll get more stuff, right? But it's enough for you, as done in mostly like montage style. So it's enough for you to be like, all right, I get no, and I love how you got to see the camaraderie between the dancers and the musicians and Beyonce. It's not like it's some kind of military style, even though there are
Yeah.
sections where some of the dancers dress in military garb, especially women. But it's not like, oh, this is my show and I'm going to tell you what to do and I'm going to make you feel unhappy. But you're going to do this because I am Beyonce. You know what I mean? No, it
Right.
was a labor of love. You could tell that everybody was feeding off each other. Everybody worked hard, even Beyonce. And this is another thing that I love about this show here. So that I completely forgot about, and that is that she was supposed to perform at the 2017 Coachella, but unfortunately, not unfortunately, I should say, but she was pregnant, with the twins,
Right.
right?
Right.
And because of that, she gained weight. She was 218 pounds, and she had to lose that and it's like her losing weight, her getting fit again, and then working on this show at the same time, and then having to go back to her kids, to her husband, and all that stuff. So it was stressful. It was stressful on her, yeah, and you saw it, right? But it didn't stress too much on it. You saw it through like certain shots, the handheld, um, basically just sort of 8mm style looking handheld photography and stuff that was going on,
Right.
filming and whatnot. I just enough for you to understand what's going on. And then the icing on the cake now is that you get these recorded interviews of Beyonce, and she's just talking about the process, the creative process, what she's going through, what everybody else is going through, and you see that, right? But really, the majority of the show is about the performance, and I totally understand that because the performance as a
Yeah.
whole is just fucking amazing. This is undoubtedly one of the best concert performances I've ever seen in my life, and yeah, I would say that Homecoming is one of the best concert films ever made. Ever made. I call it right now. I put this
Yeah.
with Last Waltz, which yes, my boy Martin Scorsese did. Forget the Miley Cyrus / Hannah Montana and Justin Bieber, Never Say Never. Forget all that shit. I talk about the classics, right? I talk about like Gimme Shelter. I talk about like Woodstock, Stop Making Sense. Those movies, right? This movie here, Homecoming, deserves to be within that rank though, of just like best concert films ever made. Agree or disagree, Ricardo?
Yeah. This is pretty up there for me. Again, not a Beyonce fan, but just really appreciated just the level of work and thing. I remember going to see Beyonce when she came here. Do you
Yes, yes, I
remember?
remember you. I remember you. You told me that. Yeah.
Right, and what was so impressive is just you're getting to see the machinery in work now, and because you know that she have Trinidadian connections / diaspora maybe, in her camp, yeah, for her to have full knowledge of Palance, then to make it part of the show and then make it a surprise at the same time, like it was just seamless on how immediate they did that in the performance, and the whole place exploded when she did that. Yeah, you can't be mad at that. Yeah, I fully agree with you on this whole thing. Again, the big sticking point in this was just the editing.
Yes,
The
yes, yes. The
editing was
editing
so good.
was so
Um,
well done. How it
yeah,
segues from one, like even mid song, it will go from one performance or one show, sorry, to the next, and it's all done so well. Whether it's just the timing of the beats or where Beyonce moves or where a dancer moves and whatnot. It's just so well done. Few other things I just want to say before I get to rating. But yeah, really and truly, I just love the performance. It had me tapping my toes, it had me nodding my head.
yeah,
Later on, you got to hear some oldies. I was like, holy shit, I haven't heard these songs in ages, though. Like, I'm not even a big Beyonce fan, but just those songs and how they were heavy on radio and
yeah,
TV. It's like, yeah, I mean, those songs still hold up, you know what I mean? I love the moment where Jay-Z came on stage, sorry. I love,
right,
well, slight spoiler where Destiny's Child came on stage. When that moment
yeah,
happened, I was like, oh, oh, all right,
yeah,
okay, okay. I loved that section, by the way, the Destiny's Child section. Loved every second of it. Glad to see, Kelly Rowland and Michelle Williams on stage just doing their thing, but, just seeing them together, in a long while after all these years, just like, God damn, if only that
yeah,
group then part ways there. But and we also got to
right,
see Solange as well too. You know what I mean? Even though
yeah.
I know
Solange,
Solange is
Solange,
doing her musical thing right now,
yeah,
and I actually liking her music, but seeing her dance right with her older sister, that was
yeah,
just beautiful. That was beautiful. It was just so much fun.
yeah. No, yeah, she Solange doing she thing. I mean, the new album is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I
I
haven't listened to it as yet,
I
but
give it a
I hear a
listen.
lot of great things
Yeah,
about it.
I ain't jogging to it yet, but it bump in the day.
All right. I enjoyed her last project. Though. Her last project was really dope.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah, yeah,
but really and truly, what makes this thing sell for me, it's not just showing off like, oh, I'm Beyonce, look at me. You know what I mean? It's really about the subtext, what she's really saying. Because yes, it is unapologetically feminist. You know what I mean? The songs that she chose, the sexuality that she exudes on stage and whatnot. The songs that she chose, especially like from Lemonade for in particular, tracks like Formation and Sorry and those songs like
right.
that. You know what I mean? But really though, it's about black culture. It's just really her showing that on stage. You know what I mean? Just getting the best, musicians, from universities, getting the best dancers, and just showing off pure black music, black culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, whether it's ratchet, whether it's classy, whether it's kind of bougie, it's everything that you know about Beyonce. It's all there. You know what I mean? And it's just black pride at the end of the day. And one thing I really loved about the show is that periodically, sorry, you will hear vocal snippets from iconic African American females. You know, you heard Maya Angelou, you heard
Right.
even her McGill, Denai Guerrera. You know what I mean? She had a little vocal snippet there. You know what I mean? Just kind of
Okay.
blink
Right.
in the missing moment. Even
Message.
my next girl, your girl, Tessa Thompson. You heard a little
Right.
voiceover from her too. It's like, oh, okay, all right. You know
Right.
what I mean? That was really good. Even heard your boy Cornel West, you know what I mean? Talking about
Right.
the black struggle, all that kind of stuff, you know. So it's just a celebration of all of that. And it's not in this heavy-handed, beat you over the head to get the point message. It's just this is who we are, you know what I mean? Like as African Americans, as black people, you know what I mean? We could make it. We could show that off and just really excel at what it is we do. Whether you are a backup singer, whether you are a dancer, whether you just play drums, you know what I mean? You could just shine and just be the best at what you do. And that at its core is really the message of homecoming. So at the end, I came out with exhilarated as hell, but I also felt very inspired too. You know what I mean? Like, still, I wouldn't call myself the biggest Beyonce fan. I wouldn't like quote bars or recite lyrics. You know, majority of our fans. But I'm familiar with like nearly all of the songs that were in the lineup
Right.
here. But it didn't matter. It was just about the energy of it, how she performed, and of course the audience and how they were just lapping every single moment of it. There's one scene with this. It's near the end where Beyonce had to dap her face because she was getting hot, and she throws the cloth over at this guy, this big fat guy who was in front. I was just like, oh my god! You know what I mean? This pastor was like, yeah, but the girl just dapped herself. No, and like,
The
but
chill.
imagine he had to be, oh my god, I'm not even gonna watch this again. It has Beyonce's sweat in it.
Yeah. You
But
need to
yeah,
chill
boy.
out.
Yeah, but just seeing how the audience reacted to this, how they were singing each and every single song that she performed, it's just amazing to me, boy. But the inspiration really comes in the fact that it's that she gave, you know, these performers a chance to do their thing, whether it's dancing or music or singing or music and whatnot. It gave them a chance. It wasn't like they were some big, celebrities already, but she just handpicked them. They work hard. She worked just as hard as them, and they just pulled off a superb show. And we got to see every moment on stage in this documentary here. And yeah, I really love this way. I would put this as top 10 right now as best movies of 2019 for sure.
Okay.
So for me, like I would, while in my head I wanted to give this a full 5 out of 5 way, but because I'm not the biggest Beyonce fan, I don't like worship the ground that she walks on. I can't in good conscience put it there, but I will put it as a strong 4.5 out of 5. Boy, this is one of the best concert films I've seen ever in my life, and that's coming from somebody who hasn't even watched a majority of them. But yeah, this needs to be put among some of the greatest that have been ever made. This performance, this movie made a believer ultimate. I was like, all right, this is what the hype was about, and I got to see
So
every
Matthew.
minute of it. And then also to
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah, Matthew, you're part of the Beehive now, right?
I guess so. I guess so. I guess so. The movie did that to me. I'll admit.
Yeah.
I'll admit.
Right.
Oh, like like if Lemonade wasn't enough, now Homecoming make my official party Beehive now. And
Right.
yes, I have the album to listen to. There's a live album for it. That is going to be on my to listen list right now. It's on my phone. Who knows? It might be jogging music right now. I heard that some of the cuts, make some great gym music. I heard that. So
Right.
so yeah. So this is definitely one I'm going to be bumping. Yeah, for a while, man. So yeah, if
Yeah.
you haven't seen this, guys, it's on Netflix. You have no excuse. Go see it. This is one of the best movies of 2019. Yes, I call it. This is one of the best, right? Beyonce,
Yeah.
knock it out the park. Oh yeah. So one last thing I want to say before we get to your rating is that I hear that she have a couple more Netflix projects in the works. I don't know what they're
Right.
gonna be about. I don't know. Maybe it's like process. Like maybe she working on a new album, perhaps, or maybe it's like behind the
Well,
scenes of
she
your
dropped
family
she
life or
dropped
something. I
that,
don't know.
but she dropped an album at the same time, huh? Was
Yeah.
it
I know. Well, the actual live album for this, but I don't know what
right?
these projects are about. But yeah, I kind of excited to see what she does next, not just for Netflix,
Right.
but just in her career, man. So yeah, consider me a part of the Beehive now. I love this movie. I love this movie. Go see it as soon as you can. So,
Right, yeah.
Ricardo, any last thoughts on Homecoming?
Yeah, no, I fully appreciated this what it was. I mean, as I say, if I was a Beyonce fan, I'd be like really screaming about this and talking about it all the time. But I'm not. Um, but I just really appreciated what it was. Again, editing, just music, solid business for me. Yeah, yeah, get us a pretty high score, like a solid 8 out of 10. I don't deny that if it is one of the best of the year because yeah, it was really impressive. Yeah, and pretty early, but yeah, this probably would be ranking him more than likely.
Right. So keeping with Coachella for a bit. So
Right.
now we
So
gotta
now,
cut to 2019 now, and so we were hearing through the grapevines. We saw a little trailer fit. This was a film called Guava Island, right?
right,
It's directed by one of my favorite directors. Well, when it comes to TV shows, Hiro Murai. I should say
yeah,
not just for TV shows, but for music videos as well. Because
yeah,
yeah, he works with Childish Gambino. He did the excellent Good Grief video for the sweatshirt.
yeah.
By the way, if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. But yeah, as far as just his directorial eye, I mean, I think that he is one of the
Yeah,
best in the game right now.
yeah,
So
he does. He did Atlanta, and then he did well, This Is America, of course.
yes, the music video for that, right? So on the subject of that, yes, this is well, along with Hero's feature directorial debut. This
Right,
is I want to call it a passion project, featuring we boy Donald Glover, aka Childish
yeah,
Gambino, right? So
right,
we saw the trailer for this, had Rihanna in it. I was like, all right, and this is like a sort of a Caribbean setting, not too sure what was going on. The,
right.
the the trailer just kind of came and went for me now, but it was only like the week of Coachella, week one, that was announced that Guava Island was going to be shown on Amazon Prime. So,
Right.
all right, I say, okay, I'll check it out eventually. But to my surprise now, the Saturday night of the first week of Coachella, they was practically running the movie. Like, I think it was around 8
Yep.
o'clock now, well, tuning time. He was running the movie. And I say, all right, I don't want to spoil it. Let me avoid it. So I'll watch it later on. And I'm not too sure if he performed before or after, but yeah, Donald Glover, did a little performance on the same night, I believe it was. But unfortunately, I didn't get around to checking that out. But yeah, so this, like we say, is a passion project from Donald Glover and Hiro Murai. I was actually surprised that it wasn't a feature per se. It's more like, in film festival terms, now, once it goes over a half hour or 45 minutes or whatever, you call it a
What's the
feature,
minute?
right?
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah,
this
yeah.
movie is like what, 56 minutes roughly? Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, all right, I was thinking that this was going to be an hour and a half or something, or hour and 20 minutes, but it's under an hour. Okay, what is this about? Well, so Ricardo, you want to take it away? You want to let us
Uh,
know what Guava Island is about?
right. So it's about Donald Glover. I forget the characters' names in this because this was
All right,
kind
so
of
he plays Denai
um
or Denny. He plays Denny, sorry,
Denny, right?
and
Denny, yeah.
Rihanna plays Coffee.
Right. So basically, is well, the story started from Coffee's perspective. She telling the story, or at least her grandmother seeing, she talking about her grandmother telling her story about the island and this place called Guava Island, and they kind of hint at what is by the blue, what is
Yeah,
blue silk?
it's blue silk. Yeah.
That's right. And then this company kind of take over and running this whole thing. So the irony of a blue silkworm company calling itself Red, and they kind of just run the island. And the whole thing is this allegory for capitalism apparently, and United States apparently.
Yeah.
Then so
It is.
then he's this musician who used to sing to her growing up, and
And of course, he could play the guitar because,
right,
what? Of course,
well,
of
there's that
course.
guy.
Yeah.
Right. He's a guy, musician, he coming up, he want to escape the island, kinda want to get out of here in terms of making money. He I forget, he used to run shows every year or so. So it's unclear. But anyway, this year he used to have a big concert. And then he is talking about working in the company because he's kind of also double for working for the company somewhat. And they have enforcers, and basically everything just kind of stopped dead for some music video stuff. Shows kind of losing me a little bit. And
I saw it
right.
coming. I saw it coming, but transition wise, you could have do it
Anyway,
a lot better. But I'll talk about that later. Continue.
anyway, so I came for the Donald Glover, but I stayed for the Letitia Wright. I saw she was in it. I like, all right, but they didn't do anything with her.
Unfortunately.
Uh, Right. Then what else, boy? Right. So the arc started work where he basically the main conflict is Donald Glover versus the fellow who running the Red Corporation apparently, and his gang of goons,
Yes, his
and
gang of goons.
yeah, basically he does kind of effectively bribe Donald Glover to not have a show for some reason because apparently people are gonna stay away this Sunday and they're gonna lose work. I mean that's a reason. Yeah, whatever.
I know, right?
Uh,
I know, right?
and it's a generic Caribbean island, so in short way it is exactly. I think they shoot in Cuba.
Yes, they did. They did shoot in Cuba,
Yeah, they
but
shot
it's
in
never
Cuba.
established as
Yeah.
Cuban
No,
or
no.
if the people. Oh, sorry, if characters were from Cuba. It's just this is
No.
Guava Island, and
Yeah, it is generic Caribbean island. I ain't sure. It a little bit of Barbados, a little bit of St. Vincent, a little bit of Tobago. You ain't really sure where it is. Have a little hodgepodge. But yeah, the architecture is clearly Cuban. That is the
yes,
reason I knew it
yes.
was Cuban. And I looked it up after. Oh, Cuban. Okay. That's it. Just at the arc, and the conflict plays itself out, and that's it. Didn't really do anything else than that. And I kind of wasn't a fan of this. Didn't love it. Should have loved it, but I didn't.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Yeah, they didn't really do anything. That's the problem. It didn't. It wasn't particularly subtle, or they didn't have any interest in things to say per se, other than it's all about capitalism and capitalism is bad, and America and this is America, and it just kind of just tell you the message. I was waiting for Keenan Ivory, waiting to show up somewhere and just yell out message, right? Yeah, it didn't really do anything. I don't know what this was about. I mean, it's just a vehicle for Donald Glover. It kind of fell flat for me. I mean, I like the music and the cinematography is great. I like Kira that grainy kind of pseudo weird style, and he just make Caribbean life look cool at the same time because it's supposed to be warm.
Yes,
So again,
yes,
that
yes.
double kind of feel to everything. That's about it. Cinematography was solid. And that's it. Yeah, I didn't have anything to work with. It's not bad. It's not like a complete mess or anything like that. Just kind of aimless. I didn't really feel this one. That's just
Yeah,
me.
here's the thing with this, right? So I said it twice before. This clearly is a passion project. You could tell
Right.
with how much of familiar well sorry, I shouldn't say how much, but the familiarity with Childish Gambino's songs. So like you were hearing, this is Summertime Magic, This is America, Feels Like Summer, Saturday. Like when I was hearing these songs, I was like, all right, this clearly a way to put these songs out there because while people like me was just waiting for the man to drop an album after This is America came out, we ain't get nothing. I say, okay, well,
Right.
okay, but however, but he just dropped this whole Guava Island here. We say, well, okay, well, we still gotta get the album, right? And I don't even think we will. But yeah, this is just clearly a vehicle for him to push this music out. Um,
Right.
and it does remind me a lot of, modern films, musical films that try to tell this narrative, but it's also a vehicle for the artist's music. Case in point, Basity, remember from like a few years ago. Remember, well,
Yeah, yeah,
we were kind of nonplussed by it, but I
that's what
just
I was
kind of let
thinking
it
of.
slide because it was just this silly Bollywood tribute, basically. But it was Marshall on screen. I was just like, all right, let me just shut my brain off and try
As,
to have fun with it. Well,
yeah, I was about to say that as well. Is that it felt like a just a well-made local Trinidadian film. Trinidadian films they're well made in this way, and they did this completely aimless narrative-wise.
as I see that, along with the runtime, I couldn't help but think, yeah, this is kind of like how we just do our films, though.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah,
Really
the
a true.
runtime too. This off and kind of
Yeah.
weird. All right, okay, that's it. I mean, it
Like we
looked
will
nice.
come through real good with cinematography. We'll come through
It
real good with acting. If we get some good music, cool.
right.
But narrative, boy, it's just we want to tell a lot. We want to see a lot, boy. But it's just how to convey it, boy. We just always run into that issue.
Yeah,
But just to talk about the good briefly, right? Briefly, I do agree with you. The cinematography I thought was excellent. And of course, Hiro Murai's direction worked here. I love that they
yeah,
gave it this sort of grainy. It had a sort of 70s, early 80s kind of feel to things.
yeah,
Like I was thinking, like what was the name of that movie? Sugarcane Alley. I was thinking he
right.
had it come, especially with the main character being this I don't want to say a lovable guy, but this guy with his head in the clouds. He loves music so much he wouldn't stop to pull out his guitar and play and sing music and make women sway and all that kind of stuff. I was getting that Jimmy Cliff vibe from him, and you could tell that Donald
Right.
was really like inspired by Jimmy Cliff's character in the How They Come, right? And the songs, they were great. The way how a majority of them were worked in, I thought was really nice. I especially loved how he brought in Saturday, right, which was a song that he premiered at Saturday Night Live last year. And I love the song, even though it does
Right.
borrow a lot from George Benson, especially with the guitar that dum, 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 bim, bim,
Yeah.
bim, ba-din. Yeah, it's very George Benson, right? But I love the vibe of it. It's just a really, really nice song. And of course, Feels Like Summer, which came on last year, the dope video, the animated video, which I really loved. So I love those moments, right? And Summertime Magic, which was a song I wasn't too familiar with, but yeah, I loved that song, and it had a great scene with him performing it with alongside Rihanna, who by the way doesn't get to sing or do much, which I'll
That
get
is what
to,
like they don't
which
really
I'll
do
get
anything.
to, but
Like
it would have made
Rihanna,
for a
let me
great.
try something. Rihanna Kak, like she was terrible, and she's pretty much terrible in almost everything she does as an actress. So she
I,
was
I
she
I
was
I thought that after Battleship, Jed,
you
she would
know
have kind of step up she game as far as acting goes. But once again, it's just all right. Standy kind of looks snarky, looking that
right
kind of way like, all right, I'm hot. I understand that, but you can't get me. So who the fuck is you trying to get to me? She also had that kind of look about her, but especially
right
on screen, she does that a lot. But especially in this show here. But
right.
let's talk about the music before I get to acting, right? But the This Is America part, though, that was just so forced. And it
Yeah,
was so clumsily forced to it. Like you could
it was
see
just
it
weird.
set up
It was just
already.
weird.
The emptiness of the set basically, where it had these dancers kind of
Right.
waited for the beat to kick in. I was watching Donald and he kind of goofy mannerism, especially with his face. He always does this kind of facial stuff when he's performing especially This Is America, the kind of um, clownish kind of stuff. I was like, all right, I seen This Is America coming in. And then when he come in with
Yeah.
with the intro, we just want to party just for you. I was like, okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
all right, we doing this, and this keeps going and going. I was like, all right, y'all could stop now. We get the
Yeah.
message. Okay, we understand why it was there in the movie, but stop. Just stop. It didn't need to be there, to be honest, but I get why it was there, right? But if that was the whole point of the movie, then maybe that could have been like the key song in the movie or one of the key songs in the movie. Just kind of came to just say, "Hey, I remember this song won a Grammy." That's why I got of it. Like, hey, remember this song won a Grammy, right? So there you go. It's that song that you all love so much and it won a Grammy. Here you go, right? But that's how I saw it. I didn't really see it as being really integral to the story, even though the message of it with capitalism and stuff like that, I guess, right? Acted. Donald Glover is great, right? I mean,
Yeah.
he's not perfect as far as being on screen and acting goes, but he just has so much charisma and charm to him. But it's just like I just can't hate this dude. You know what I mean? Even when he's silly and acting a little goofy and whatnot, I can't hate on him. I can't hate him. Hating him at all. When he sings, it's him. When he's just
I-
such a charming dude. You know what I mean? Like I just even if he might drop a badly written line or two, it's just like whatever. It's Dog Lover, right? The man could
But
act
that's
and
it.
and rap.
I just really wish that they took a better effort, um, for this now. Like just have an actual arc and a clearer. It's just so straightforward and kind of boring. Too
Yeah.
short. So
You're
it feel like
right.
it took
Well,
like 15 minutes to build stuff up and have it just feel a little more complete. And it could have worked, but what they decide to do with it is like, oh, this is it. All right, why?
yeah, yeah. So what else? The villain, Nonzo Anozi, right?
Right.
I know I saw the guy before in a film, and I just realized that he was in Game of Thrones actually. He was that
Okay.
one black dude who was in Game of Thrones. It's like, oh shit,
Right.
yes, that's it, right? But I liked his character. I like the act. His accent was on point though because I was watching like he had this Jamaican thing going on. He looked like one of those tough Jamaican guys that you see
Right.
in like a Jamaican movie there. Um,
Yeah.
I like that they didn't make him into this uber supervillain who just got a man down, and that's the reason why you hate him. It's just a simple intimidation thing that he does, and then he just drive the point home by doing something. I'm not gonna say what it is. I just see the fear to say, all right, I don't like this
Yeah,
dude, but I
he's
get
a
where you're
bad.
coming from. But we supposed to hate him because he's bad, right? Letitia Wright, though, she felt pointless in the film. She was just
Yeah,
basically the friend of Kofi, who's played by Rihanna. And no offense by to Rihanna, and I mean I know she looks good and all, and the show usually stops to remind us that yeah, Rihanna's a hot number, but
right.
as far as acting goes though,
Yeah,
yeah,
God.
yeah.
Yeah,
And here's the problem. Here's the problem. It's set up in the narrative that she's supposed to be the his muse now, Donald Glover's
right.
muse, right? He sings songs because he's in love with the island, but he's in love with the island because of her, right? And you get that. Okay, you hate the music. It's all sweet and whatnot. When he's performing Summertime Magic, it's nice, that moment with him performing with it. Sorry, I keep saying with. Performing in front of Rihanna. That was just a beautiful moment. But once
Right.
again, it's just Rihanna looking at you kind of way like, nah, nah, you ain't gonna get this, It's just her
No.
just doing that, just over and over and over. And she doesn't even get to do anything dramatic or anything more emotional. It's just that kind of look. And then it goes even far because they drop a little tidbit about her, something that happened, something that will lead to what happens at the very end. And you're kind of wondering, okay, so was it Denny that caused it, basically? Was
Right.
Denny part of what happened there? They never really see it. And this to me is the weakness of the story itself. You don't really get they never really establish or flesh out Denny and Kofi's relationship though. It's just like it just
No.
kind of comes off as like to me, it's almost like all right, Denny real like they had a fling. It didn't really
Right.
quite work out, but she still kind of like him, but he's still sprung over her. That's why I didn't really get the thing that they were a couple at all. Other people was kind
Right.
of hint that yeah they love each other, but I didn't really get that, especially with the way simply how Rihanna looks at Donald and acts alongside him. It just kind of come off like
Right.
yeah we were an item, it didn't work, but you're still there and you're still kind of goofy and fun. So I'll just kind of smile and giggle and but we still not in a relationship, right? Just let you all know, right? But
Right.
it just came off like that. I didn't really get chemistry, But I I guess the best way to describe it is that like the only time you really got to see chemistry with the two of them is with that summertime magic song. Other than that, it was just hey, I'm the goofy kid with the guitar playing the sweet music. And she's just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. All right, gotta go to work. Bye. You know what I mean? That's what I got,
Yeah.
right? Um, the ending, could I see coming a mile away? But
Yep.
I would say it's a bad thing, but it's kind of a bad thing and kind of not a bad thing because I realized with the runtime itself that this was going to be a simple, straightforward story. And if you look at it like that, then yeah, I mean, it does what it does. It's so innocent and sweet in a way. Like I remember, like what IMDb has a TV Emmy rating. I was just watching this show. It's like, dude, this shit could have been like TV 14, Jared. This shit so clean and polished and so innocent and harmless. You know what I mean? The
Right.
story just so straightforward. It's like uh, there wasn't really anything that objectable about it, unless you just genuinely get so emotional about the climax. I don't want to spoil it, but because you saw that shit coming a mile away, it's just like, well, of course, I had to end that way. I do
Right.
love the ending of it, though. The ending of it, before it cuts to black, though. How the situation is resolved, I thought that was a really powerful moment, and Rihanna's line in that was so simple, so concise, but it just I don't know. It just hit me so hard. I was just like, yeah, this worked. This actually worked. This really
Right.
actually
That little
worked.
part.
Yeah, but really and truly,
The
they really could
whole.
have done a lot more with the story. Admittedly, they really could have worked in these songs a little bit better instead of just having them just there. Like like I don't expect them to break out into song and whatnot. They really do that roughly like about twice in the film, but the
Yeah.
other songs are there. But I don't know. I just wish I just wish in general, just before I get to reading, that the film itself could have been longer. Could
Right.
have added a 15 more minutes, add more music, add more story, add more characterization, and we would have had a much better film. Like I understand that it wasn't really supposed to be anything big, which is why the movie is only like 56 minutes long anyway. Like it's just supposed to be
Right.
just a little project you do, just to, I don't know, just for Hero to kind of get his name out there, I guess, and for Donald Glover to not put out a new album, I guess. He just put the songs out there, whatever, decide to drop a soundtrack. Here's the soundtrack, what I mean, whatever, right? But they still could have put a little, actually not even a little bit more effort. They could have put some more effort into it. Could have put some more effort into the characterization. They should have given Letita Wright more things to do. Could have given Rihanna more things to do. They could have developed Donald Glover's character a little bit more. He came off a little on the two-dimensional end, you know what I mean? Everybody was kind of two-dimensional, to be honest. But overall, like I get, it's simple, it's sweet, it's harmless, but given the talent on screen, though, yes, even
Yeah.
Rihanna, we really could have gotten more out of this man.
Right.
So,
Anyway.
rated wise, if I had to be honest, while the songs were great and Donald Glover is charming and Rihanna is fine as hell, it's just I thought that she would have act better, But
Yeah.
I mean, for what it is, though, I would still give this a strong 3 out of 5. It was alright. If you like to hear Donald Glover sing, then you will love you will love this film here. I know this is just such a film festival movie
Right.
in
Yeah.
every way, from the
That's
location
good.
to the
Yeah,
story
like,
to the execution. Everything is just so film festival. I would be
no,
surprised if we get to see this down here for our film festival, which is supposed
not
to be
fucking
in
surprised at
August.
that shit.
You know, and people will just come out of it like, yeah, that was just such a sweet movie. That was so sweet
Right.
and cute. But yeah, they'll forget about it
Everything-
afterwards. They'll forget about it.
Right, pretty much.
But
Yeah,
if you're a
for me-
fan, if you're a fan of
Right.
all things Childish Gambino, go see it. If you're a fan of Rihanna, I imagine you'll be terribly disappointed by this. At least you could have give this girl a song to sing, Jed. That's just one song, Jed. One song. Come on. But yeah, if you're curious, give it a look. It's harmless. It wouldn't bite, right? But if you want, but really and truly, you'll come out of it like, yeah, it was fine, but one more out of it, man. Any last words, Ricardo?
Yeah, pretty much. I get this on a 4 out of 10, maybe closer to a 3 in my head.
Wow.
Yeah, no,
You really didn't like that at all, man.
I didn't really have anything going for me with this one. I thought this would have been more complete and more of an arc. I think because the writing on Atlanta so good. So I really thought we'd have gotten like a really solid arc here. But them just look like they just went online and just decided to fuck around, man. Like, so it really come across like that. It feels too low effort.
Yeah.
That's about it. I mean, it's kind of forgettable, frankly. But yeah, cinematography. That's it. They don't really do anything with it. It could be deeper. It could be smarter.
That's the thing. And well, as I say that, I know Donald Glover, like even with music and all too, even with songs like This Is America, there's a lot of thought that put into
exactly.
his craft, right? So you think you'll get in a movie like this, but it's just so straight and simple. It's just like, all right,
I didn't get nothing. I don't know if it have layers to it, somebody will explain that to me, but I didn't get anything from this.
Well, speaking of layers, I actually read this on Wikipedia. Some people were comparing the plot and the themes of the movie to what happened to Nipsey Hussle. And when I watched it, I was like, all right, I get it, but I kind of just so far-fetched, man. Like really,
that's true.
really,
Yeah, that's
nah, not really, not in my opinion.
That does seem like a stretch.
That's just reading way too much
make any sense why don't make any sense unless it's some conspiracy theory shit is like what they conceived that since like this also know that conceive and make and edit so long, whatever.
No, it's coincidental, but that's just reading way too much into it. And
yeah, I am looking for intentionality, and I didn't get that.
Exactly, but yeah, I understand why it's simple and sweet, but oh gosh, it's Donald Glover, man. It could have had more subtext, more layers.
Yeah,
we still have the music, still have the music, still have the great cinematography, still have the story, but just give us more that so you'll walk out of it really thinking about the show instead of, at least in my case, you could have just bought an album with these songs.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
We talking about this too long. 3 out of 10, enough.